Because this is very participatory. We've already had people too tired and exhausted from the day to raise their hands. Okay, I understand. No problem. All right, that makes sense to me. So we have to do something that's dignified, that fits the somber mode, the professionalism that you've come to expect. It's got to be Simon Says. That's what I think. So. Yeah. Okay. So Simon Says. Everybody stand up. All right. Come on. Simon Says. Put your hands up. All right. Hold them right there. Come on. All right. Good. That was pretty good. Sit down.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't say Simon. No, you're done. You're done. You're done. Sit down. Sit down. You're out. You're out. You're out. Oh, you guys are winners. All right. Good. That's fine. Have a seat. You're nice and warm. That's as warm as you're going to get. You did an excellent job. Way to go.
Awesome.
So, the rules of engagement. This is how this activity is done. So, we're going to have somebody with a pen in front of the room, and they've got a concept that they've got to illustrate. And they can draw, they can gesture, they can point, they can make all sorts of silly, but in this case, kind of scary, facial expression. So you can't speak. No spitting on the floor, no singing. I don't want to hear any singing. Humming's okay, but singing's out. Absolutely out. Next one.
Does this imply that we can spit on things that aren't the floor?
Absolutely. I actually encourage that. And this is a big one. You can't draw letters, numbers, words, or phrases. So if you play Pictionary at all, normal Pictionary, you do a lot of sounds like and rhymes with, and none of that stuff's going to work. This is about trying to take concepts and describe them visually using pen on board. And body language works. So if you do any of that stuff, you're in big trouble. There's no cheating allowed because, next slide, all judgments are fine. I'm not putting it up for a vote. I don't put up with anything. Okay. All right, Cindy Blue has agreed to be our first victim here.
Okay.
Cindy, you want to say a couple words about yourself? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Cindy Blue, user experience designer / project manager.
So as soon as she starts drawing, it's open game. And these guys are competing against these guys. So we're going to see how it goes. Now, Cindy's got 5 minutes. If nobody guesses in that 5 minutes, I'm just going to say, that's it. Time's up. Clock is ticking.
Division.
Pizza.
You can't win unless you guess. So keep trying.
Segment.
Something.
Audience.
Slice. Yeah. Slice.
User.
Sector.
Cheap bike.
Two bits.
Division. Percentage.
Performance metrics.
So these principles are going to be somehow related to user experience, but I can't guarantee it's going to be tightly related. This one happens to be pretty darn related.
Segmentation.
Segmentation's good try, keep trying. I'm hearing good stuff.
Demographic.
Demographics, they get into demographics, they see people, they think demographics.
Set.
User base.
Okay, she's got 3 minutes left. This is exciting. What's going to happen next?
Audience something.
Audience segment.
Audience
That's
segmentation.
a good guess. You guys are getting in the right place.
Segmentation.
So what about audiences? What happens with audiences on a regular basis?
Analytics.
Analytics is a good idea.
Go with another approach.
User acceptance.
You talk, but I'll let you stay. Josh is choking. This is what it looks like when you choke. You got a minute left.
Okay.
Got to pull it out. What's going on here? I'm not seeing lots of action here. Measuring users. Measuring users, okay.
Slides. 100%. Percentage. Population percentage.
Okay, I'm going to say time. Don't tell them what it is. What would you have done differently? 80-20 rule. So it's Pareto's principle, which was named after the guy who he realized that he got 80% of his peas from 20% of his pea pods, and then played that out to economies and played it out to all sorts of stuff. And when we try to visually communicate with clients and with people that work within our organization, if you go too literal, there's one meaning. And so your people are sitting there saying, well, how do I line up to that one place? Or what happens even more often than that is somebody says, I'm really busy, and if you don't tell me what that is, I really don't want to play. And you didn't switch to a plan B. So you were very meticulous in your plan A, and you were getting no kind of traction, and you stuck with it.
What was that?
Was this going to be a plan?
I was gonna try to draw a pear eating an O.
Oh,
Burrito.
okay.
Okay, and as I warned you, trying to play this like Pictionary tends not to work very well, but it was very clever. I like
I
that.
had a plan.
And what surfaced out of that, I think, is if you go literal, that means there is one definition of this. But if you wanted one definition, if you wanted them to really understand it, this might not be the most effective way to do it. Maybe the best effective way to do that is a block of text that says, here's exactly how I want you to understand this. Whereas visual communication really allows people to come into stuff from different directions, but hopefully end up at a similar place. So you're sort of taking this room full of people and you're bringing them to the same place. The reason why this works is because of how our brain responds to images. Our brain responds to text. It's the same way it deals with authority. If you tend to have issues with authority, as I do, you'll see a block of text and your brain, the first thing it says is, well, I'm not going to read that. And if you're somebody who's very comfortable and says, no, there's order in the world, and I cherish the order in the world, when you get a block of text, you're going to say, your only decision is going to be, is it too long for me to spend time on? If it's not, then I'm going to read this. Whereas visual communication says, hey, wherever you're coming at this, can I get you to a close enough place where you're going to understand this in your own terms, but you'll be close enough to where I'm trying to get you to. And the other thing that's a little harder, a little more amorphous, is that when we try visual communication and we are not getting traction, you've got to start adjusting. You've got to start playing it a different way. Because unfortunately, roadkill doesn't wake up and crawl off the road. If you've got a group, after a certain point, they're not going to get it the way you're going. That's been my experience, and feel free to push back and say, no, I stuck with it for 20 minutes, and in that 19th minute they came through, I tend not to find that. So John, come on up.
Okay.
And clock is starting now. Go.
Circle.
And I would encourage this. I would encourage just start yelling it out because you'll never win otherwise.
Deliverable. Personal document.
Document. I'm hearing document, so they're paying attention
Okay,
with
yeah.
those hands.
Idea.
Angry.
Angry.
Painfully.
User requirements. Creating.
Data gathering.
Interesting. So he's showing movement over
User testing.
time or movement of something.
Usability.
That's fine. I heard usability. Who said usability? We got a winner right here. Congratulations. All right, fabulous prizes for both of you, but don't sit down yet. How did you know what he had?
Well, people calling out data requirements or collecting data. I mean, it looked like he was filling a piece of paper. And so I was just going along with that, and then the steam off the head was kind of like, maybe a user was getting frustrated. So
That's what I was going for. I was going for complex interface. Easier.
Visual communication, extremely powerful. I'm a big believer. I've got a big chunk of my career based on it. But when you do that in motion, you have a whole nother ability. It attracts your brain. It stimulates your brain to say, I got it, I'm following you. And that's what I was thinking while you was doing this. So this as an individual drawing works great, no doubt about it. But the fact that he was building towards an argument almost, I think we all sort of went with him, oh, this is a movement to that. I mean, do you find that when you draw other stuff?
Sometimes, I mean, yeah, I don't often have the constraint of not being able to talk while I'm doing the drawing.
It's true.
But yeah, I mean, I find that I'm often more effective if I'm drawing as I go rather than if I come in with slides. So,
All right, great job. Let's have a round of applause for them. We're both John and Alex. Way to go, Alex. All right, who's next?